Welcome back to Midday, and of course we're joined by old friends here today, Colin and Alexander. It's great to have you guys back on the show. Yeah. How's summer going for the two of you?
It's going really well.
It's
hot.
It is hot, and we're looking for it to cool down. We're just talking about the fact that nobody wants to turn on an oven, but sometimes you just have to. You have to feed the kids.
Yeah. This recipe, actually, if you wanted to cheat with it, would be great to do on the barbecue. So you could actually put it on a stone or on your baking sheet on the side of your barbecue that the element's not turned on, and then turn the other side on and bake it, and just turn it around a few times, so that way you can sort of get away from heating your kitchen.
Absolutely, keep it outside. Let's get right into it, because we only have about 3.5 minutes here for this first segment.
So what we're doing today is a tomato basil galette, and a galette is kind of like a funky special French pizza. So a little bit more reserved than pizza, and a little bit more substantial. You get to really sort of fill it up with your veggies.
Nice.
So we're using this Rosemary Focaccia flatbread mix, and basically all I've done is cut open the package, dump it in the bowl, and then I followed the vegan recipe on the back, just added 1/2 cup of water and 1/4 cup of olive oil and stirred it up. And we did that about 5 minutes ago, because you want to let your bread dough rest for about 5 minutes. And then, do you want to get your hands mucky, Susan?
Sure.
Okay, so this pan, you can just spread the olive oil out and then dump that bread in the middle, and we're going to press it out until it's about hand size.
Okay, I can do
so
that.
about 6 inches.
Okay.
And while Susan's doing that, we're just going to prep some of the toppings. I've just grated some feta, which we're going to sprinkle on at the end. And it looks like, what are you doing, Alex? You're cutting some kale.
I am. And I'm doing my kale with a really tiny sliver slice. So I just stack up a number of leaves and then slice it across in ribbons, about as tiny as I can get it. I'm just gonna move that for...
Kale is like the healthiest thing going. You eat kale and you're gonna live to be 200 years old, basically.
I think so. I think, you know, it basically gives you the same sort of greeniness as spinach or basil. So this actual galette is kind of like a cross between pizza and kind of a spanakopita is what you're getting as a finished product. It's got the nice greens and the feta cheese and then the fresh tomatoes. And we just thought it was a great way to use up the bounty that's hanging out in the gardens.
Absolutely. Is this hand size? Colin says
I'd say that's hand size, yeah.
A little tiny bit bigger, because we want to make it so that we can pull up a crust around the top. And then when you've got that going, Colin's going to top it with some cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we're going to be putting some of our pesto garlic spice blend on this as well, too.
It smells so good.
But I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of cheese on, and then I think a bit of the spice blends will come on next. Is that correct, Alex?
Spice blend?
Yeah, you can put cheese and some spice blend. There's some. Give it a really good, generous sprinkle, and I will actually give it a good handful of kale at the same time.
Healthy, guys. Love it.
So this is all going to cook down and be a really nice topping, but at the same time, you're getting all this fresh veggies in.
That should do it.
That should do it.
I'm feeling good about that. Probably a tablespoon?
Yeah,
We're good?
exactly.
Okay.
And then, yeah, a nice heavy sprinkle, because that way you're going to taste that pesto garlic sort of basil flavor all the way through. And then I'm just slicing these tomatoes just in half. So we want to do another little sprinkle of cheese.
Right?
And then we're going to arrange a circle of tomatoes kind of towards the middle, because we're going to pull that crust up and sort of tuck it around and make more of almost a bowl out of it.
Should we do that now?
Yeah.
Circle of tomatoes. Colin, help me out here. What are we doing? I'll let you start.
Make it look like those guys.
I know, exactly.
So yes, our beautiful 13-year-old daughter, Rhea, who is the master baker in our house.
Yes, she is.
She baked up these 3 before we left this morning, so we would have something to show you.
Good for her. She is doing well at the baking then, and the cooking. How are we doing for time? I'm pretty sure we're out of time, guys.
Okay.
How about we take a commercial break? Of course, we're going to have more to say. Is this a good time to take a break?
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm looking at the wrong camera. All right. Madewithlove.ca, of course, you can find out the latest and greatest recipes. They have so many of them. This one is exceptional, I have no doubt, because it smells so good in here. We will be back in just a short few minutes. Stay with us.
Talk to my girl, I ain't with it.
Welcome back. We are back in the kitchen making up a delicious sort of pizza, but it's more grown up than pizza.
I think so.
Yeah.
More grown up, more healthy, just as delicious.
And look at how good that looks. Kale and basil and tomatoes.
So with this focaccia mix, you can just leave it like that and cook it as a nice sort of heavy topping pizza. But what I like to do is kind of a French style. And what you're just gonna do is sort of stick your fingers under the edge and just turn it up. And then what you get is this really nice, crispy sort of crust around the top. And you're just gonna push it and squish it
Until it sticks.
and turn it until it decides it wants to stay in that nice, beautiful, upright fashion.
It's a galette.
And that is a galette. It's a pizza with kind of a turned up crust, French style. So we've got this beautiful little Provençal package, and then we pop that in the oven, a 400-degree oven, for about 20 minutes. And those directions are right on the package of the instant bread mix. So really simple, really easy. Takes about 5 minutes prep, and you're ready to go.
Nice.
And then we come over to these guys that we've actually taken out of the oven, and they are gorgeous. I did 2 with the tomato and 1 just with the spinach and feta, so you have a little bit of a variety there. And then we've got some fresh chopped basil that Susan can just maybe give a sprinkle on the top of each of those baked ones.
Sure.
That
The
basil
fresh
smells
herbs.
so
I
good.
know, it makes all, I was just gonna say the same thing. It just makes all the difference, doesn't it? Gives it that little fresh feeling. Fresh smell, delicious. Excellent. All right, we have a good solid 2 more minutes before we have to hit the
Why
weather.
don't we serve some of this out and have a taste?
Sure, absolutely. I don't know if we have any plates handy.
This is kind of halfway between what you would do on your hand and what you would do on a plate.
Exactly.
So if you're going to finger food it, be delicate.
Careful. Be careful.
Ta-da.
Delish.
We need to cut one more
Okay.
over here. And these guys, I would say one of them is going to serve 1 to 2 people. You know, if you serve it with a nice fresh tossed salad and a light sort of vinaigrette, it's a gorgeous meal and really delicious. And the great thing about the rosemary focaccia is it's all made with locally grown BC flours, wheat and spelt flours. So it's a great local product. And it's up at your Save On Food store in the Choose Local section.
So good, you guys. Really, really good. Tastes very wholesome. It's delicious. What can I say? That basil is the little magical touch at the end.
Yeah, and if you would like to try some today, we will be at Save On Foods in Sahali sampling. So this is what we will be sampling.
Excellent, you guys.
So
Thank
come
you.
have a taste. And we're also doing an Aztec chocolate frosty at the same time.
delicious.
So if you want to beat the heat, come up to Save On Foods and have a taste.
Fantastic, you guys. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you and have you on again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you, Susan.
Awesome. This is a great one, guys. If you want to get the information, you can certainly go to madewithlove.ca or go and check it out today in person.